welcome to another episode of the Life is Today show. My name is Leila Khan and I'm the author of 101 Plus Ways to Overcome Life's Biggest Obstacles. You are in the best place right now to learn all about self-mastery, how to become your most awesome self. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at and talking about the ego mind. So I'm going to share with you some insights to help you understand how the ego mind shows up in your life, in your day-to-day life, and what to do in order to move through the ego's teachings. Okay, so the ego is an aspect and a part of our mind. Okay, we don't know where it comes from necessarily, but we do understand how it shows up in our lives. The ego exists as a form of protection. Okay, so it's there to protect us. It's a voice that we'll hear in our minds, and it will come out. You know, we'll say things which are not from our hearts, but they're from the ego. And this aspect, which exists in all of us, is, I do believe it's an important part of our kind of human experience. And I've learned over the years to not fight the ego and just to accept it. Because, like I said earlier, it's essentially there to protect us. Very much, you know, it's programmed, say, from the primitive times when we were hunter-gatherers, and, you know, from our ancestors' experiences of making sure that we are always safe and secure and that we're going to survive. So the ego had its place in, say, previous societies where it was there to serve a purpose, and, you know, to serve a purpose that was definitely required and needed. Nowadays, the ego doesn't need to show up as it does, which it doesn't like. Okay, so the ego voice, or the ego aspect or part of all of us, as I said, it's a really important part of our human experience, and there's no point fighting it. The more I've tried to resist the ego and how it shows up, the more it's like two heads butting together. You know, when you get two egos clashing, no one's going to win, but both people or both egos will think that they're winning, and they won't stop until one wins. But neither ego is ever going to win, because it just can't. And I'm sure you've had experiences where the ego has shown up and it's felt really uncomfortable. And you know, there's a couple of interesting ways that the ego shows up for men and for women, which I found from life and from interactions with people, and working with clients as well, and my personal development, is that in men it tends to show up as a competitive push, that masculine energy. Okay, so it shows up as in, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna compete against you, I'm gonna win. There's definitely a place for that, but it's when it goes too far, when the ego becomes unbalanced and it goes too far, and it takes competitiveness to a level of control, and that's a whole other level, and that's where we don't want the ego voice to kind of be allowed to go, because it doesn't need to control anything. But the ego believes that. It believes it needs to control circumstances, situations, people, events, life. The thing is, the ego is not in control. The other way that it shows up interestingly, with the feminine energy or females in their language is it's kind of bitchiness, and obviously men bitch as well, and some men bitch, some women bitch, but it's really, again, it's about that two egos clashing together to fulfill its need for control of safety and survival, and there isn't a need for it. When you are living from your heart space, and when you are living from a place of love, like the essence of love, the ego kind of dissipates, and it does something quite amazing. It humbles itself. This is what I found, this is from personal experience, that I live my day-to-day life living from my heart space, and I use my mind to help me create the things that I feel guided to create intuitively. And when you live from your heart space, you recognize that actually the ego is there to serve a purpose. It has its own needs to fulfill. It's not going anywhere. But like every aspect of ourselves, it requires love. I would definitely say that the ego part is like a shadow part of us and of our kind of psyche and mindset. And by giving it love, we're doing something really incredible. We're taming the ego to say, yes, you do have a place in my human experience, in my life experience. However, me as a person who is conscious and aware, I am the person who's in charge. And it's not like a bossy charge, as in like I'm the one who's in charge. It's not like that. It's basically saying to the ego, you have your place here, heart space has its place here, and both can meet in the middle and be okay. When it comes to the ego, love it hard. Love your ego voice. Definitely give it love. Okay? But here's the crucial thing. Never give it your power. Okay? Never give this ego voice that is scared and that is just looking for love, never give it your power. Never let it be. Never let it take charge, because when that masculine aspect and energy of all of us is unbalanced, the ego moves from general competitiveness or protectiveness or like safety and survival. It moves away from that into control and controlling other people, manipulating them, forcing them to do things. That's not okay. It's not a happy, fulfilling, authentic way to live. So watch out for the ego. Watch out for how it shows up in your life experience, and notice what you can do to love it best. Okay, be aware of how it's showing up, like I said, and shift your awareness to come back to heartfelt love for this aspect of yourself, which will always be there. However, it doesn't have to have any control of your joy and your happiness, because essentially that's what it's doing. It will take away, it will steal joy, happiness, your success, your dreams, and just you showing up, just you being able to show up as you truly want to show up. I hope you found this video useful, and if the messages and the content have resonated with you, then please do like, Please do comment, subscribe for more as well. There is a lot more that will be coming from me via this channel, and if you'd like to work with me, details are below as well. And just remember as well, like I always say, life is today, okay? It's right here and it's right now. It's in this very moment, and it's in this moment that you can choose love over fear. So choose love over the ego voice, okay? So the ego voice is fear. Choose love. It's always love that wins. It's the essence of love that we are here to experience on a daily basis. Have an amazing day, and hopefully we'll catch up soon. If not, I wish you all the very, very best. Take care. Bye.